what is happening in the world of pop culture and politics? We've got major headlines dropping fast, from shocking projections at Windsor Castle to significant shifts in international relations. Get ready, because PopWave is diving into it all, and you won't want to miss a second of this breaking news. First up, Donald Trump's state visit to the UK is making waves, but not just for diplomatic reasons. Protesters targeted Windsor Castle with a bold statement, projecting controversial images onto the historic walls. We've got the details on who's behind it and why. Then, we're turning our attention south to Colombia, where relations with the United States are showing some serious strain. What's causing this diplomatic friction, and what could it mean for both nations? And we're tracking more developments from the UK as protests escalate and authorities make arrests. Plus, we've got the latest on the fallout from the Trump and Epstein revelations. Stick around and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. Shockwaves ripple through the UK as Donald Trump arrives for a state visit, but the welcome wasn't entirely warm. While President Trump and First Lady Melania touched down in London, a powerful protest unfolded at Windsor Castle, the very place of his royal reception. Activist group, led by donkeys, projected striking images onto the castle walls, featuring President Trump alongside the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This wasn't just a fleeting display. The projections were timed to coincide with Trump's arrival, aiming to draw a stark connection. Adding to the controversial imagery, the group also projected a photo of Prince Andrew with Epstein, referencing the Duke's past association with the convicted financier. This bold act of defiance quickly drew police attention, with 4 individuals arrested on suspicion of malicious communications. Chief Superintendent Felicity Parker stated that unauthorized activity around Windsor Castle is taken extremely seriously, and a thorough investigation is underway. The protest is part of a broader movement against Trump's visit, with groups like the Stop Trump Coalition organizing demonstrations. The projection stunt, amplified by the group Everyone Hates Elon, aimed to ensure that the Epstein controversy would follow the president even during his diplomatic mission. This comes amidst renewed scrutiny over Trump's past relationship with Epstein, fueled by recently surfaced documents and a birthday letter allegedly signed by Trump to Epstein. The public reaction has been swift, with social media buzzing about the audacity of the protest and its implications. Analysts are weighing in on the effectiveness of such tactics in political discourse and the heightened security surrounding the state visit. This stunning display at Windsor Castle is just the beginning of the controversy surrounding Trump's visit. But what's brewing in Colombia? Stay with us as we uncover the growing tensions with the United States. Diplomatic ties between Colombia and the United States are showing significant signs of strain. Recent developments suggest a growing rift, with key policy disagreements and potential shifts in bilateral cooperation causing concern. This cooling relationship comes at a critical time, as both nations navigate complex regional challenges and economic interdependencies. The exact catalysts for this fraying relationship are multifaceted, involving recent policy decisions and public statements from both governments. Observers are pointing to disagreements over trade, security cooperation, and regional political alliances as key contributing factors. The U.S. has expressed concerns over Colombia's approach to certain domestic issues, while Colombia has voiced its own grievances regarding perceived U.S. interference and unmet commitments. This developing situation is drawing significant attention from international relations experts and market analysts, who are closely watching for potential impacts on trade, investment, and regional stability. Public discourse in both countries reflects a mix of concern and nationalist sentiment, as citizens grapple with the implications of a potentially cooler relationship between 2 long-standing partners. Could these diplomatic tensions escalate further? And speaking of escalating situations, we're heading back to the UK, where protests have led to arrests. 4 individuals have been arrested following a highly visible protest targeting Windsor Castle during President Donald Trump's state visit to the UK. In a coordinated act of defiance, the activist group led by donkeys projected images of President Trump and the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein onto the walls of Windsor Castle. This stunt occurred just as Trump and First Lady Melania were arriving for their state reception with King Charles III and Queen Camilla. The projections also included an image of Prince Andrew with Epstein, a move that underscored the ongoing controversy surrounding the Duke's past associations. Thames Valley Police confirmed the arrests of 4 adults on suspicion of malicious communications offenses. Chief Superintendent Felicity Parker emphasized the seriousness with which such unauthorized activities are treated and confirmed a comprehensive investigation is underway. The arrests mark a new level of police response for Led by Donkeys, a group known for its public political statements. The protest has ignited a firestorm of discussion online and in political circles. Critics are debating the legality and effectiveness of such demonstrations, while supporters hail the act as a powerful form of dissent. The incident highlights the deep divisions and strong opposition to Trump's visit within parts of the UK and brings renewed attention to the Epstein scandal. These arrests are a stark reminder of the charged atmosphere surrounding the visit. But how are President Trump's own supporters reacting to these protests and the ongoing Epstein revelations? Anti-Trump protesters in the UK have found a dramatic way to make their voices heard, projecting controversial images onto Windsor Castle. As President Donald Trump began his state visit to the United Kingdom, protesters seized the opportunity to display large-scale photos and videos of the president, alongside the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, directly onto the historic walls of Windsor Castle. This powerful visual statement was intended to confront Trump with his past associations during his high-profile visit. The projections also featured a controversial letter allegedly written by Trump to Epstein, which the White House has denied. Additionally, an image of Prince Andrew, who is also linked to Epstein, was briefly displayed. The activist group led by Donkeys claimed responsibility for the stunt, reporting that 4 of its members were arrested by police on suspicion of malicious communications. A spokesperson for the group expressed surprise at the arrests, noting that previous projections had not resulted in detentions. This act of protest has sparked widespread debate, with many observers commenting on the boldness of targeting Windsor Castle. Discussions are swirling around the implications for US-UK relations, the effectiveness of protest art in political messaging, and the ongoing public interest in the Epstein case and its connections to prominent figures. The incident underscores the significant opposition Trump faces in some international circles. This visual protest has certainly made headlines, but the diplomatic fallout is still unfolding. And that's just scratching the surface. We've got a quick recap and a full call to action coming up next. That was a whirlwind of news. From controversial projections at Windsor Castle targeting Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, to rising diplomatic tensions between Colombia and the United States, and the subsequent arrests of protesters in the UK. We've covered the biggest stories making headlines today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to PopWave for all your breaking news and pop culture updates, hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment, and drop a comment below telling us what you think about these wild stories. And make sure to follow us on all our social media channels.